Welcome to Mind Liberation Conversation, where one vocalization will transform your situation. Environment. What type of environment do you put yourself in every day? It's a very, very important question, especially if you're looking to make a major shift in your life, if you're looking to transform into a different version of yourself. The environment you put yourself in this moment is extremely important. And my question I ask you today is, do you put yourself in an empowering environment or a disempowering environment? Do you put yourself in an environment where you're made to feel like you can achieve anything, or where you get cut at the knees? Do you put yourself in an environment where you feel your best, or you feel like you're worthless? See, at the end of the day, the environment you choose at this point in time is extremely important for your growth. Now, look, at the end of the day, people are going to be who they are. And look, I'm here to tell you, the first time that someone makes you feel a certain way, that's on them. 100% without a doubt. But the next time you put yourself in front of that person, knowing who they are, knowing what type of feelings they're going to evoke within you, the moment you know truly who they are as a person and you go and put yourself in front of that person, if you had the choice to put yourself in front of that person, just think about it for a moment. It was your choice. If it was your choice to put yourself in front of that person, well, if they made you feel a certain way the next time you put in front of them, unfortunately, that's on you. Because there's one thing we can choose. We can choose who we put ourselves in front of. We can choose what environment we decide to be in. Is it an empowering environment or a disempowering environment? If it's an empowering environment, great, stay there. Bask in it. If it's a disempowering environment, then take yourself out of there. Now, if that means that you're going to have to isolate yourself away from everyone in your life at the moment because you're in a bad way, then get the hell away from all of them. The best thing you can do right now is be on your own. Maybe a bit of soul searching would be good for you. Maybe a bit of time on your own would be absolutely fantastic for your well-being. Maybe a good conversation with yourself is what you need right now, and to be by yourself. If you want to look at it in another light, the best way I can describe shifting your environment, how important it is. Let's say you're trying to make a massive shift and you're looking to move into a different light. Let's say you have like a dependence problem, like you're an alcoholic, or you have a drug dependence problem, for instance. Then what you do is you go and put yourself in rehab, right? Rehabilitation. Now, for some reason, when you put yourself in rehab, everything just seems to change and you feel like a different person and you become a different person. Well, that's because you've taken yourself out of one environment and put yourself into a completely different environment. And if you want to understand this in a different way, what I can say to you is you should look into something called purging. Now, if I were to want to eat a certain type of fish that would feed in muddy river bottoms, what I'll actually do is I'll take that fish out of the water, I'll put it in fresh water for 3 or 4 days, I'll feed it a different type of menu, and then I'll actually be able to take out that part of the flavor within that fish, which gives it that muddiness. But if I take that same fish and put it back in the exact same waters I took it out of, no matter how great the purging is, no matter how much work I put into getting that muddiness out of that flesh, the moment I put that fish back in that exact same disgusting muddy water, it's going to present those exact same muddy flavors it did in the beginning. It's the exact same thing. You come out of, some type of rehabilitation, or you go on a holiday, or take yourself away from the environment that put you in that state in the first place, and you decide to, make a shift, and then you come back and put yourself in front of those exact people, or in front of that exact same work environment, or environment of friends, you'll find that sooner or later you're going to present the exact same self-destructive behaviors and that same type of feeling that you had before. Environment's extremely important. Now, it also means your internal environment. You need to completely shift everything. If you're looking to make a shift, you need to shift everything. From the way your room looks, to the way you act, to the way you treat yourself, everything needs to change. Because the one place that invokes a certain type of environment is the place you go to bed every night. The first place you see when you wake up in the morning is your bedroom. So if you're looking to make that shift, one of the most important places for you to make the change is your bedroom. The place where you first open your eyes, the subconscious is most receptive. In the first few hours of the morning, that's when your subconscious is most receptive to conscious programming, to say, right? So in order for you to create that shift that you're looking for, the first thing you must do is shift your internal environment. What you say to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you present yourself. Every single part about yourself that reminds you of the version of yourself that you'd like to see be eradicated from your world, then you need to make a conscious effort to take yourself out of that environment. Secondly, the people you surround yourself with. If they are not empowering, if they don't bring out the best in you, if they don't make you feel fantastic, if all they do is put you down and take you to that dark place, or that place where you don't feel like you're good enough, or you can't do what you want with your life, or you might not be in that sort of place. You might just, they might not be able to see that, big things can happen in your life. They might be simple-minded. If they can't see it for themselves, they're not going to be able to see it for you. So take yourself out of those places, take yourself out of those environments, and if you do need to isolate yourself, then isolate yourself. There is nothing wrong with time on your own. One of the most amazing conversations you will ever have is the one that you truly have within yourself, when you start to really pick apart everything there is to do with you, when you have that personal conversation with yourself. That's where you'll have an amazing amount of growth. Thank you again for joining me on Mind Liberation Conversation, where one vocalization will transform your situation. Can you please, if you are having an amazing shift, if you do see that there is a worth and there is a message through these videos, and you do see someone can benefit, please like, subscribe, and share these videos. Let's get the message out there. Because at the end of the day, if we can shift just the way one father or mother thinks, we can change a whole generation. A whole generation of people. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.